So HP just sent us over this particular Chromebook, and it's unique in a couple ways. One, it's a sub $400 Chromebook, $389.99 specifically, and it will be an Amazon exclusive. It's the new entry-level HP Chromebook 14A. It's got some interesting specs, and we don't know a whole lot about it. So let's hop in the box, and I'm going to discover it right alongside you. All right, so without any further ado, let's hop in here. And while I'm getting this guy out of the box, you might notice the studio setup looks a little bit different. We're in a bit of what I would call, flux. I think flux is a good word. We've started an entirely different business, has nothing to do with Chrome Unboxed. It's a simulator golf business, and it's a local place that we're excited to have up and running now. Yeah, it's made filming an interesting proposition here for a little bit until we kind of figure out where it is we're going to set up our permanent studio. So right now, we're in Joe's home, and I think it looks pretty good. And it'll work while we're trying to figure out where we're going to go next. But anywho, let's get on to this fairly standard charger here. Nobody's interested in that stuff. It's kind of interesting boxing. Here we are. Again, this is the HP Chromebook 14A. If you haven't kept up with HP Chromebooks in a while, in general, you've got their A series, B series, and C series. So a lot of you might be very familiar with the 14C. They made that for years. They haven't made a 14C in a little bit, which is a bit of a bummer. Their 14C was always kind of that $600-700 kind of higher end, not Dragonfly like $1,000 Chromebook, but their higher end Chromebook. We'd love to see a 14C Chromebook Plus. I think that would be cool. But the A and the B are their more entry-level models that, obviously you get more plastic and that kind of stuff. But this one comes with some decent specs. So you've got the Intel 12th gen Intel N100 processor. So it's kind of that Alder Lake-ish processor, but the N100s and 200s that we've seen have been really good. There is an N150 and 250 out now that are in a handful of Chromebooks that do get a little bit better performance, but the N100 has been solid for a couple years. So you get that 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage here. So let's take a look around the ports. We've got a USB Type-C and a headphone microphone jack. Are you able to catch that? The color on this is interesting, like it's a dark charcoal, but it feels like it's like absorbing the light. And then over here we've got just a single USB Type A, so a little skimpy on the ports, but a fun texture. Like, how would I describe this? Almost like a coffee cup cardboard feel texture. I mean, it's obviously plastic, but it's it's completely fingerprint resistive for the most part. I shouldn't say completely, huh? But nice and grippy. Plastic top and bottom, obviously. On the bottom, we've got fan ports. Maybe we're going to get some upward firing speakers here. Let's check this thing out. Let's open this guy up. I did see on the outside of the box, 250 nit screen. Oh, same texture on the inside too. Hopefully you all can see that. So yeah, I kind of dig that. I mean, if you're going to go plastic, get creative. Why not? But yeah, upward firing speakers here. So we'll give those a test and see how they sound. We'll have to get signed in here, but HP does a great job on keyboards. Let me just say that. They really do. I'm assuming there's no backlighting. Yeah, no backlighting on the keyboard. But they just do a great job even on their more affordable keyboards of just having great feel, great clickiness. Man, that feels excellent. Good. Trackpad's not flopping around. Really good click mechanism. Pretty smooth surface. Definitely Mylar, some sort of plastic here, but it's got that almost etched glass feel. Nice and smooth here. Not a touch screen, but decently small bezels. I'm going to guess on this. See if I get the okay from Joe. So decently small bezels all around. Standard 1920 by 1080p, 16 by 9, 14-inch panel here. So nothing surprising there. Again, it's not touch, but it is anti-glare. So that should make, the best use of those 250 nits. It's not going to be ultra bright. You're probably going to struggle if you're right next to a window in direct sunlight, that kind of thing.
The screen reader on Chrome OS
every time
is primarily used by people with...
You know, we've been doing this for a lot of years, and I always forget to turn that off. So yeah, let me get logged in here so we can kind of listen to the speakers and get a feel for the keyboard and the trackpad here, and see, you know, pretty quickly off first blush if $389.99 is going to get you a decent Chromebook here. Okay, got logged in and got everything sorted here. And I want to make one quick correction. When I was talking about the screen early on, I said it was 1080p. It is not. This is a 1366 by 768 TN panel. So that much became abundantly clear as I was kind of setting this up. And if you followed along with Chromebooks for any amount of time, you know, I don't have a lot of love for panels like this, but of the TN panels we've messed with, this one is not the worst, I'll say that. The brightness is very high. It looks higher than 250 nits, but it definitely, you know, you'll see it kind of wash out as we get off angle here. And so that's just a characteristic of TN panels. Once you have it kind of forward to back on angle and turn it left and right, like I almost don't see any movement. See if I can get it angled right there and then kind of go back and forth. You don't see much change in the color representation. It's really just in the tilt of the screen. But the pretty aggressive matte finish here helps dilute that just a little bit. But it is a TN panel, so I want you to know what you're getting into. Plus, with that resolution, things on the screen are a little bit bigger. And at a 14-inch, we're pushing the boundaries of where I think a 768 panel should be used, but it's not terrible. I browsed around on it a little bit, but I just want you all to know what you're kind of getting into if you're looking into this device. And ultimately, something like this is a Chromebook that I think becomes really interesting because I think they can get pretty aggressive with sales prices. So $389.99. I don't know that I tell you to like run out and go buy it at that price. Like it's this crazy deal because we all know Chromebooks come down into that $400 to $300, $350 price range a lot. And there are going to be Chromebooks that have better specs than this that come down to that price range. It's just the way it goes. But I would fully expect once this thing is out and available, especially with Prime Day coming up, I would assume that we'll see some pretty aggressive deals on this. Now, there are a handful of things on this device that are pretty impressive. Again, I said something about the keyboard earlier, but having actually, you know, gone through the setup process, like really, really comfortable, clicky, enjoyable keyboard to type on. And the same thing's true of the trackpad. Like it's a little bit humid where we are right now. And so there's always that general problem with cheap trackpads when it gets humid, like all of a sudden your finger just like sticks to the trackpad and it's a terrible experience. The glass trackpads kind of get around that for the most part. And this one is doing a great job in here as well. And the click mechanism sounds good, feels good. So for a more affordable Chromebook, that's a pretty cool thing. And then these upward firing speakers. Let me go to YouTube real quick and pull up one of our videos. But these upward firing speakers are pretty impressive, actually. So
here it is on the desk, and don't be fooled by its kind of commonplace.
Now, that's super loud.
There's a lot going on here.
But they've got some decent low end. So check this out. I mean, you get the majority of the sound bed there instead of only hearing like the top end and mids and stuff like that. So they'll suit you well for, you know, a phone call, a video call or something like that. But, you know, watching some basic YouTube videos, it's not going to be terrible either. So pretty cool there. And then I also pop the camera open and let me turn this. Like it's a 720p camera, but the dynamic range is really good and the sharpness is kind of impressive too. Oh, sitting here touching it like it's a touchscreen. Let me turn it back to Joe there. I mean, hopefully you can see some of the details in that. I mean, pretty impressive for a 720p camera. And it just goes to show you megapixel count really isn't the entire story when it comes to a camera. Usually the sensor and some of that stuff plays into it better than I would expect on the camera front here. And so, I mean, all told, at $389.99 over at Amazon specifically and exclusively, you're looking at a good keyboard, a good trackpad, a good camera, decent internals. The N100 is not going to blow anybody's mind, but it's plenty fast to move around. 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage. A pretty decent looking Chromebook, relatively rigid as well for being an all plastic build. A little slim on the ports, but ultimately if it goes on sale and they can get aggressive with it, I could see this thing dropping, you know, I don't know, $50, $100 off. And now you're talking a sub $300 Chromebook. So I would keep an eye out for that with this particular device. Again, you're only going to see it at Amazon. We'll have a link in the description, obviously. But yeah, that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Head down there, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to ring the notification icon as well if you'd like to be alerted when we make future videos just like this one. Until next time, we'll see you.